Subscribe. MTL World at Mittel World 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2. Origin Continent. Volume 7. 9 Rivers Holy Realm. Chapter 279 Hunting Outside the City. 7th of Volume 7. Di Qing looked at Luo Feng seriously and asked, Brother Luo Feng, since we'll be hunting together, close collaboration is essential. It's crucial for us to understand each other's strengths. I practice the way of space, specializing in sword formations to trap and eliminate enemies. With a composed demeanor, Luo Feng replied, My expertise lies in close combat. The Tao of life and death, centered on the transformation of life and death, is particularly powerful in close quarters combat. At its peak, the Tao of life and death, that has reached the ultimate state rivals the strength of early-stage God Emperor's strongmen. Even with just the Tao of life and death, Luo Feng already matches the strength of an early-stage God Emperor. Moreover, his 5 formidable clones further amplify his power, surpassing many other early-stage God Emperor level practitioners. Even those early God Emperor enlightened practitioners, who focuses on body training, no matter how strong their bodies are, it is difficult for them to have 5 special talents like Luo Feng. Ha ha ha, this is fantastic. I'll handle the formations while you focus on close combat. We make an ideal team. Di Qing overjoyed when he heard this. Among the practitioners, few practitioners favor close combat as their primary fighting style, given the nature of their adversaries' chaotic source lifeforms. After all, which of these chaotic source lifeforms isn't a powerful entity with extraordinary talent? However, I don't currently have a suitable weapon, Luo Feng admitted, frowning slightly. No problem, let's go find one together, Di Qing responded without hesitation. He even resolved privately to lend Luo Feng some Xuanhuan crystals if his own supply proved insufficient. After a short while, Luo Feng and Di Qing arrived at a shop located in the inner city of Yulan City. Having explored Yulan City thoroughly upon his arrival, Luo Feng already had a solid understanding of the weapons and treasures available here. These gloves look promising, Luo Feng said, his gaze locking onto a pair of black gloves, a glimmer of surprise in his eyes. This is a pair of treasure gloves created by the Taoist master Kangyu Crescent Moon during his early years. The attendant promptly explained. They embody the profound mysteries of the Taos of life and destruction. The fusion of life and death generates a power that is truly fearsome. Nowadays, the Taoist master Kangyu stands as one of the apex top beings in the dark holy realm, having advanced the Taos of life and destruction to the half-step chaotic source level. Luo Feng was already familiar with such details. Taoist master Kangyu is an extremely terrifying enlightened person, whose both Taos have reached the half-step chaotic source level. His strength is much stronger than the ancestors of the 2 countries. What's the price? Di Qing asked eagerly. 105,000 Xuanhuan crystals. The attendant replied with a pleasant smile. Lower it a bit. Luo Feng began negotiating without hesitation. In the 9 Rivers Holy Realm, apart from a few items with fixed prices, most treasures are open to negotiation. While these gloves were undeniably powerful, their appeal was limited to practitioners like Luo Feng, who had mastered both the life and death Taos. I'll speak with the owner. The attendant said, noticing Luo Feng's interest, and quickly left to inform the higher-ups. Shortly after, the owner arrived to handle the negotiation personally. Following an intense bargaining session, they finally agreed on a price of 98,000 Xuanhuan crystals. Luo Feng accepted the gloves with satisfaction. These gloves were personally crafted by Taoist master Kangyu for his disciple during a time when both the life and death Taos had reached the late-stage God Emperor level. At that time, Taoist master Kangyu held considerable prestige in the Zhuhe Holy Realm. Reaching the late-stage God Emperor in one Tao alone was enough to earn a position as an elder in the Elders' Palace of Yulan City. Though Taoist master Kangyu's influence had diminished, his creations retained their value. What a masterpiece! Luo Feng exclaimed after refining the gloves with a single thought. He could immediately sense the profound mysteries of the fusion of life and death within them, becoming deeply enamored with their power. Late-stage God Emperor level treasures like these aren't typically too expensive. Di Qing remarked with a smile. But once they reach the perfect God Emperor stage, even the cheapest ones cost over 1 million Xuanhuan crystals. You've made an excellent deal. Luo Feng nodded in agreement. Having spent over 190,000 Xuanhuan crystals on resources earlier and now 98,000 on these gloves, he realized he had very few Xuanhuan crystals left. Meanwhile, within a secluded cave, Emperor Fu gazed at Emperor Ming with concern. Are you seriously planning to go hunting? He asked anxiously. I've spent quite some time in Yulan City and met numerous practitioners of the Xuanhuan bloodline. Emperor Ming replied with a nod. Many of them have reached the early stage of the God Emperor realm. If dozens of such practitioners join forces, they stand a chance of taking down even the weakest low-level Xuanhuan life form. But it might also lead to death, Di Fu said, his gaze heavy with concern as he looked at his companion. Di Ming offered a reassuring smile and said gently, "Don't worry." In truth, he held a hidden trump card. Though he lacked the ability to create clones, he had earned rewards related to spiritual willpower from the infinite space treasury. Additionally, he had assisted the Yangfeng ancestor in exchanging for treasures, initially requesting a life-saving item in return. The Yangfeng ancestor had provided him with two of the highest-tier life-saving treasures, capable of merging with his soul and activating automatically in the face of mortal danger. On top of this, Di Ming had also acquired additional protective items from the infinite space treasure house for himself. He knows very well that he doesn't have the ability to clone himself, so the importance of saving his life must be the first priority, and other aspects can be accumulated slowly. Practicing on this path allows no room for retreat. Di Ming said firmly, his eyes brimming with determination. Having spent nearly 100 centuries in Yulan City, he had observed countless practitioners. Those who managed to rise to prominence had invariably grown stronger through battles against lower-level chaotic source lifeforms. Di Ming, since you've decided to go hunting, make sure you carefully choose your teammates. Di Fu cautioned. Understood. Di Ming nodded, fully aware of the critical importance of allies. Outside the city, where rules no longer applied, anything could happen. His delay in venturing out was deliberate, he had been meticulously searching for the right companions. This was why Di Qing's discovery of the Lord of the Galaxy had surprised him so much. Finding a trustworthy and powerful ally was a rare stroke of fortune. After purchasing the treasure gloves, Luo Feng spent more than 100 days mastering their use. Once he felt fully prepared, he quietly departed Yulan City with Di Qing, ready to face the challenges ahead. Outside Yulan City, a sleek black flying boat vanished into stealth mode, rendering it nearly undetectable to the naked eye. Within its confines were Luo Feng and Di Qing. This flying boat, one of Di Qing's most advanced, boasted exceptional concealment capabilities. Our primary hunting targets are low-level Xuanhuan life forms in the early stages of the God Emperor realm. Di Qing began, analyzing their strategy. While we aren't particularly threatened by mid-stage God Emperor level Xuanhuan life forms, defeating them is a different matter, it's far from easy. Xuanhuan life forms, especially at lower levels, are challenging to evaluate in terms of strength. Luo Feng remarked, a hint of concern in his tone. That's where experience comes in. Di Qing replied with a reassuring smile. With both of us working together, we can make accurate judgments. Luo Feng nodded in agreement. Now that we've left the safety of the city, we must stay vigilant. Di Qing cautioned. Not only do we need to watch for low-level Xuanhuan life forms, but we must also remain wary of other practitioners who may pose a threat. Understood. Luo Feng replied. At that moment, the bionic eye of destruction slowly opened at the center of his eyebrows, its brilliance revealing his heightened focus. Through the eye, Luo Feng scanned the surrounding billions of kilometers, observing not only the present landscape but also remnants of past events. Traces of life force, time-space fluctuations, residual wills, and faint echoes of movement, all these details fell under his watchful gaze as he scrutinized their surroundings meticulously. Di Qing activated a secret treasure, scanning the void in all directions to explore their surroundings. We're approaching one of the 9 rivers, the Cold Ice River. These rivers are teeming with low-level Xuanhuan life forms. Di Qing explained. The closer we get, the more likely we are to encounter them. At the early stages of the God Emperor realm, low-level Xuanhuan life forms are the most common, making up over 90% of the total. The truly powerful ones are exceedingly rare, so the chances of encountering a super strong one remain slim. Di Qing seemed quite relaxed. After all, he has rich hunting experience. In the past, when hunting with other companions, Di Qing had to be careful and alert to his companions at all times. But this time, he was much more relaxed when he acted with Luo Feng. Both parties have clones in the origin continent. Without a huge temptation, it is impossible for them to betray each other. Got it. Luo Feng acknowledged. Amid the conversation, he suddenly grew silent, his gaze sharpening as he peered into the distance. The bionic eye of destruction on his forehead had locked onto a colossal creature concealed deep within the void. It was an enormous being with 2 wide wings, sharp claws, and a triangular head featuring 3 faces. Each face coldly scanning its surroundings. Its gray, scaled wings exuded a palpable aura of death, and even from afar, one could feel its oppressive presence. 3-faced gray wing beast. Luo Feng said with a grave expression. Judging by its size, aura, and energy fluctuations, it appears to be at the early stage of the God Emperor level. As he spoke, he waved his hand, summoning a phantom map that displayed a marker indicating the location of the creature. Oh. Di Qing murmured as he maneuvered the black flying boat closer, exercising caution. Once the creature came into view, he analyzed it further. I agree, it's likely at the early stage God Emperor level, he concluded, relying on his extensive experience. Brother Qing, let me handle the first strike. Luo Feng said, his eyes gleaming with battle intent. I haven't fought a low-level Xuanhuan life form before and want to test myself. Di Qing nodded with a faint smile. Alright, if it gets out of hand, I'll step in. He was eager to use this moment to gauge Luo Feng's true strength. As Luo Feng prepared himself, a white robe materialized on his body, a transformation of his heavenly light clone. Among his 5 clones, the heavenly light clone was the most durable, serving as an exceptional form of armor. Unlike secret treasure armor, which could recover from minor damage but was challenging to repair if its secret patterns were shattered, the heavenly light clone's robe could regenerate rapidly, even after sustaining severe damage. Go! Luo Feng commanded, his focus sharp. With a single thought, he entered the future timeline. While many practitioners could traverse the past timeline, the ability to navigate the future was exceedingly rare, showcasing the profound mastery required for time clone. Brother Luo Feng can step into other timelines. Di Qing observed, his admiration growing as he watched. Meanwhile, the three-faced gray-wing beast remained concealed in the void. Its 3 cold faces scanning the surroundings vigilantly, while its long, thread-like tail swayed in anticipation. The beast was biding its time, knowing that cultivators often passed near the cold ice river. When the moment was right, it would strike with precision. Devouring practitioners. The beast thought, its heart brimming with desire. Every cultivator it consumed granted it divine rewards, strengthening its power. With enough victories, it might one day escape this world and reach even greater heights. Boom. Suddenly, a vast world projection descended, enveloping and suppressing the 3-faced gray-winged beast. For practitioners, mastering the Tao not only elevated their physical and energy prowess but also significantly enhanced their mental willpower. Just as Di Qing and the Lord of the 10,000 Realms achieved the God Emperor stage through their ultimate Tao comprehension, Luo Feng's mastery of the 3 Taos, life, destruction, and life and death, had propelled his spiritual will to unparalleled heights. Among these, his profound understanding of the Tao of life proved the most impactful, allowing his world clone to harness energy reserves 300 times greater than that of a perfect divine body. This immense power was entirely under his control. Heaven and earth unite. Luo Feng intoned as the boundary between heaven and earth dissolved, merging with the projection of his domain. The surrounding expanse became an extension of his will, and the combined forces of the world projection constricted and bound the 3-faced gray-winged beast. Practitioners. The beast's 3 faces twisted in alarm and fury. It flapped its immense wings violently, attempting to escape the suffocating restraint. Yet, the overwhelming suppressive force allowed it to utilize only 60 to 70% of its strength. A foreboding thought echoed within. This isn't good. Forbidden technique, heavenly destruction spell. Lai Yuan technique. Luo Feng's cause and effect clone executed the heavenly destruction spell *, a devastating forbidden move crafted from his complete comprehension of the Tao of life and death. This technique consumed an immense amount of energy but unleashed staggering power. Simultaneously, Luo Feng's world clone unleashed the Lai Yuan technique *, a destructive force embodying chaos and destruction. The 3-faced gray-winged beast perceived an incomprehensibly vast star descending upon it, crushing its very will. Boom. Despite its resilience as a low-level chaotic source life form that had broken free from its metaphysical cage, the beast's tenacious vitality, both soul and body, was overwhelmed. Under the combined attack of the heavenly destruction spell and the Lai Yuan technique, the creature's consciousness faltered, its vision spinning as a wave of dizziness clouded its mind. At that critical moment, Luo Feng emerged, his white robe flowing as he towered before the creature. Though only a third its size, his imposing presence radiated supremacy. With treasure gloves shimmering ominously, his hands, like talons imbued with the profound interplay of life and death, plunged through the chest of the 3-faced gray-winged beast with devastating force. End of chapter. Subscribe. MTL World at Mythalworld 1 YouTube channel.